What up, my people, and welcome back to the National Review, powered by Football University. I am your official voice of youth and high school sports, Chad Ricardo, and we got a heck of a show for you today, bro. Dropping by in just a moment, FBU National Championship performer, big-time student athlete Hayden Faraday is going to be joining the review. We'll be staying out there on the West Coast as our West Coast correspondent, Mr. Josh Stednitz, is coming through. He's going to talk to you about a few of the student athletes attending camp out there on the west side. But first, we've had tumultuous weather out here in the Northeast, bro. I mean, we had a windstorm that came through. Then we also had up to 14 plus inches of snow in certain spots come through as well. So no better time to show some love over here. I'm going to be showcasing a few of the student athletes in the region in just a second, but first, dropping by the review, one of my absolute favorites from the FBU family, my main man Tommy Mack, Player Development Director Tom McGuire. Welcome to the review, bro.
Thanks for having me, Chad.
Tommy, I'm gonna get you started here, bro. Here on the National Review, we like to obviously take a look at student athletes from all across the nation. I tell you, when we think of Florida and Texas, we think of speed and athleticism. When we think of maybe the West Coast out there, we think of the swag and the style that the student athletes have. Speaking to your region up there in the Northeast, what characteristics are most prevalent with student athletes in your region?
I like their toughness and resiliency. I like the way they fight through things, and your athlete that comes from our Northeast camps are tough kids, just hard-working dudes.
Philly, Jersey, Connecticut, Boston, bro, absolutely synonymous with toughness up there in the Northeast. Okay, as we take a look at your camp, bro, I know that you have a ton of student athletes already registered. Who out there is going to be vying for those Top Gun, those National Combine invites? Who you got coming through?
We do. We got a big lineman out of Burton Catholic. He's been in the FBU family since he's in the 5th grade, and he's currently the 2020 kid out of Burton Catholic. His name is Brian Felter. We got a fantastic defensive back out of Connecticut, Tyler Rudolph, who is just a fantastic athlete with a boatload of offers, and he got his start at FBU as well. And we also have a dude, Jared Jenkins, out of the Philadelphia area, actually the Lehigh Valley area, coming to our Philadelphia camp.
That's what's up, bro. Tommy, I'm gonna get you out of here on this, boss. For the mother and father that are sitting at home watching this right now, for the student athlete who has an interest but hasn't quite yet made up their mind, what can they expect from an FBU camp under the guidance of Mr. Tom McGuire?
Chad, this is an awesome opportunity for all those athletes up here in the Northeast to just get better, improve their technique, rep by rep, and actually improve their game. You know, it's all about technique, right? And there's no better place to get better at technique than Football University.
And we also offer that, what is that, on Saturdays for the youth? They can come out for that as well?
Oh yeah, Football Fundamentals is going to be a great opportunity for those young dudes to get a chance to learn about what Football University is all about. We're doing a program. We're going to have one of our NFL coaches along with our great high school coaches conducting a Football Fundamentals, and that's for your 4th and 5th graders.
That is amazing. That's going down on Saturdays. We got opportunities for the entire family out there at FBU camp.
Yes, sir.
Tommy Mack, thank you very much for stopping by the review, bro. Look, I'm coming up to Jersey, man.
Awesome, Chad. Look forward to seeing you, brother.
That's my dude, Tom McGuire. Hayden Faraday, and I'm giving shout-outs to student athletes registered at camp. It's coming up next. It's the review.
Drive home safely. See you next season. American Bowl is brought to you by Football University. FBU, bringing former NFL coaches and players from all around the country.
FBU camp season is upon us. Now, I personally, on the 17th and 24th of this month, will be down there in San Antonio and Houston, respectfully, taking a look at interviewing student athletes who are vying for an opportunity to earn that spot in the Texas Showdown. Focusing on the Northeast, though, 4 camps in Tom McGuire's region, of course, Philly, Jersey, Connecticut, and Boston. Student athletes out there getting better. Student athletes out there competing for an opportunity at Top Gun, an opportunity at the National Combine, maybe even an opportunity at the 2019 All-American Bowl. Taking a look at a few student athletes from the Northeast that have already caught my eye, these are my Northeast student athlete shoutouts. Colton Burrows, offensive lineman out of Milford, coming out to compete, coming out to get better, coming out to dominate. Check out this young man, Jay-Sean Stanton Jones. Jay-Sean, 5'9", 170 pounds. He's a running back, wide receiver. Speed is a weapon, and my dude can most definitely shoot. Class of 2021, 6'2", 270 pounds. This is my dude, Mr. Kai Rose. Not only is he a stud on the field, bro, but my guy has a 4.0 GPA epitome of a student athlete. You will offer him now. This big fella, Matthew Penley. Now, he can play the 1 or the 3 technique. He's out of the class of 2019. Matt, bring those other 2 young men with you, bro. We will all get better. We're all out here to dominate. Stephen Bua, class of 2021, coming out of St. John's Prep. He's a 2-sport stud, plays basketball as well. Check him out. He's already a Top Gun alum. Tom McGuire. This young man is looking for that National Combine invite, bro. Rashad Conway, aka The Dream. This young man, second team all CNE running back. He's tough, he's physical, he's technically sound. This young man will make Jim Brown proud, my lord. And last but certainly not leastly, you gotta get eyes on Cole DeFranco. Quarterback in the class of 2019. He's a big-time gunslinger, bro. Coming out of Notre Dame, he has amazing touch on his ball and amazing ball placement. Receivers, you are gonna absolutely love this young man when you get to those 7-on-7s. Student athlete shoutouts, FBU registrants in the Northeast. Just getting over 14 plus inches of snow, bro. I know that some of you all are out getting your workout by shoveling driveways. Okay, let's go ahead and change the weather though. We gotta go out to the West Coast. I tell you what, there's a student athlete that I met at the FBU National Championship Tournament down in Naples. He's from Cali. He's by the name of Hayden Faraday. Young man was so impressive on and off the field that I had to bring him on the review. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a huge national review welcome for my main man, Mr. Hayden Faraday. Hayden, bro, I've been wanting to interview you for a while. Thank you very much for stopping by the review.
No problem, I'm happy to do this.
Now, like I said, bro, you were a part of that FBU National Championship squad. You all made it all the way down to Naples. I know that that was a special experience all total. What sticks out to you? What was the most memorable portion of that entire FBU National Championship experience?
It was really fun, but I'd have to say my favorite thing was the camaraderie that I shared with my teammates and the coaches.
And had you ever been to Naples before?
No, I had never been to it.
I loved it, bro. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. You know, the beaches and everything else. What'd you think of Naples?
It was wonderful. I loved the place. It was pretty calm.
Yeah, man.
Hotels were nice. We just had a great time. We went to the beach. We hung out there. It was so fun.
It was an excellent experience. Now, as we turn the attention to your game on the field, you're very athletic. Obviously, you're fast as well. You're an extraordinarily talented student athlete. In your opinion, what is the best part of your game?
I'd say a big part of what makes me able to do what I can do is my footwork and my route running, definitely.
FBU camps on the horizon. We take a look at it. We got 2 out there in California. Got 1 up in Seattle. Got another one over in Arizona as well. Hayden, speaking to what you just made the point of, bro, obviously you got that footwork. You've got this skill set. You've got this speed, athleticism as well. What do you plan to learn? What do you plan to take from an FBU camp experience this year?
Well, I'm always always looking forward to getting better. I'm always looking for a chance to get better, and I can't wait to see some of my few teammates that I know are going to be there, and I just want to receive the same high level of coaching that I had during the Naples tournament.
Young man has it all. I'm very impressive. I'm so impressed by this young man. Okay, so I know it's early, bro. I mean, what are you? You're class of 22? You're class of 22, but for any college coaches that are watching right now, the ones whose radar you are going to be on very soon, who is Hayden Verede? What type of student athlete? What type of young man are you?
Well, I always make sure to be respectful to my coaches and my teammates. I always study film. I study other receivers as well as myself. And I make every rep count on the field.
That is absolutely amazing. Hayden, you are a tremendous young man, and I thank you very much for stopping by the review.
Thanks for having me.
Such an impressive young man, bro. I'm telling you, we have the best guest in the nation right here on the National Review. Is the West Coast the best coast? We're going to find out. Josh Stettness, our West Coast correspondent, he's stopping by next. It's the review.
1, 2, 3, Abby, you know. I want to find out how good I am. Yes, sir. If you relax, you get blown out. Let's get it done. Let's get it done!
What can you take advantage of right now?
Again, come on! I can push myself way beyond what you think.
Crush your technique. Bring it back.
Bro, I'm stuck out here in the Washington, D.C. area. It's constantly on the brink of snow. I would love for nothing else than to be out there at one of these West Coast FBU camps. I'm talking about 2 in California, 1 in Seattle, another one in Phoenix, Arizona as well. But since I cannot, we got my West Coast correspondent, my main man, Josh Stettness, shedding positive light on student athletes out there. Josh, take it away, bro.
Josh Stettness here. I am the West Coast correspondent for the National Review. Thanks for joining us. I am going to be talking about 3 athletes in particular that will be attending FBU camps on the West Coast. First, let's get into it. I want to talk to you about quarterback in the class of 2022, Noah Hinsky. This young man, very, very underrated, not on a lot of teams' radars. He's going to be attending St. John Bosco's high school next year. All the coaches are very, very excited to get this young man. He's quite the talent. Talked to a couple of the coaches in the area. He played with the Cerritos Vipers last year. This young man is very, very talented. Be on the lookout for him. He will be attending the LA camp on April 21st. Also, let's talk about class of 2022 defensive back Christian Laliberte. This young man at Rancho Santa Margarita is a vicious defensive back. He plays with reckless abandon, throwing his body all over the field. He can cover, he can do a lot of different things, has a nice wide skill set. I love this kid. I think this kid, he's not a name, once again, that is maybe nationally known, but here in Southern California, I think Christian Laliberte will be one of those kids that translates very, very well into the high school game overall. Look out for Christian Laliberte moving forward. He will also be attending the FBU Los Angeles camp. And last but not least, Elijah Wood. That's class of 2020, wide receiver and defensive end. This young man out of the Bay Area, very, very talented. I love him as a receiver because he's got the God-given size at 6'3", 180, can out-leap defenders, just very, very athletic. At defensive end, does a lot of great things. Love his technique. Hopefully he can gain a little bit of weight, but I mean, again, he's only a sophomore going into his junior year. I believe overall he'll probably be more or less a receiver at the next level. I think a lot of D1s will start to look at him once he becomes a better route runner overall, but he's going to be at the Bay Area camp. If you are in the Southern California area, you want the best coaching, you want the best experience, the best overall organization, Football University, April 21st, Los Angeles camp. Nothing better. You make sure you're registered. Chad, back to you, my brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, our West Coast correspondent, Mr. Josh Stednitz, shedding positive light on student athletes. Want to give a huge shout out also to FBU scout Miss Sandra Hodges, providing the assist, letting us know where the student athletes are. If you have any questions whatsoever, please look up Miss Sandra Hodges. That's going to do it for today's show. Want to give a huge thanks to each and every one of my guests today. Of course, Josh Stednitz, of course, Tommy Mack, Mr. Tom McGuire, and Mr. Hayden Faraday. Texas, I'm coming for you the 17th and the 24th. I will be down in San Antonio and in Houston as well. Want to thank you for watching today's show. I am your official voice of youth and high school sports, Chad Ricardo. I'll see you next week. Happy birthday, Mom.